Julius Presley with $5 says, I watched Nick and Friends obsessing over your B-cup pictures. It was pretty gay. Yeah, I thought I was going to have to do some fighting this morning. I thought I was going to have to like smile and wave and like taunt people and shit. But I really didn't have to. I really didn't have to do anything. I mean, it seems like the internet's, the worst I got was people going, they're all gay. I hope they all die. I was like, all right, that's fair enough. I think that's, it's totally cool. And then the rest of them were like, actually, you know what? I like Aaron a lot more than any of these weirdos. You know, I prepared myself for this big, jujitsu, bout that I was going to have, like we usually do. And we just take them down. I didn't even have to do that this morning. It was all positive. It was all cool. It's just, I think their big nuclear event ended up being a giant turd for them, unfortunately, which upsets me a little bit because I like that back and forth. I like triggering the shit out of people with my shit-eating grin. And I mean, I don't know. You can't really take texts from a year and a half ago and embarrass me with them. Simply because I came out a year and a half ago, told you what I did, and went, it's embarrassing, it's awful, it's dreadful, bad father, bad husband, bad human, bad partner, got hooked up with some bad people. It's a shithead. It's a shithead thing to do. Did the whole deal, man. Went the whole way. Found an amazing, beautiful, incredible woman who's deserving of far more than anyone else, deserves far more than me. The relationship between the mother of my children and me is incredible. I'll respect her privacy, but I mean, the texts that, she sent in regards to this whole thing are so encouraging and so incredible. And, the amazing thing about the whole thing is I now, because I've renounced all this and because I've grown and because I've gotten better, I can now, people are like, what about when your kids find out about this? I have some great, when they are old enough, I have some amazing lessons that I've learned from my own shitty behavior that I can teach them from. I can use myself as an example of how no matter how bad things get, you can always admit you're wrong. You can always say you're sorry. Things can always become better, And their mother that's been the message about me as well. And my parents and my friends and I can't tell you what a lucky bastard I am. And the only reason I'm a lucky bastard is because I came out and just aired it all out. I was honest and I was open about my flaws and I moved on. And I cannot tell you how incredible and liberating and exhilarating life is now because of it. It's incredible. Taste Fairy Ialto says Nick somehow managed to make the goo eating story less believable. Well, yeah, when he would sext with April, he would need to hear about me. That was a big turn on for him, was hearing about it's disgusting. Believe me, it creeped me out when I was told about it. But whatever. He's more into that cuck lifestyle than I was. He had a lot more experience going in. I tried it, didn't like it. Ugh. Apparently it's a thing he's into. I'm not going to shame him for that. But he made this story up 7 months after I left and then got April to send him like a fantasy romance novel text, thinking that they were just dirty talking. Really, he was tricking her into giving him something that he would send to Melt and go, see, it totally happened. Really? Took you 7 months to brainstorm that romance novel fiction? Everyone believes you, buddy. Everyone believes you. And that's kind of the internet has been saying, yeah, this is all horse shit. And I'm like, well, shit, guys, you didn't even let me fight. You didn't even let me get in there and throw my punches that I had. Everyone just called bullshit on it right away. Right away. People are saying Ralph started drinking straight from the handle. Uh-oh. He's having another one of those streams, huh? Well, I mean, goddamn. It just it shouldn't be surprising anymore. Oh yeah, they're saying Rage Piggy sad. Oh, god damn it. Like, if you're not happy and you're disheveled and you're shitty and you're in awful shape, like, get off the internet, fix yourself, become happy or whatever again, and then come back. Everybody loves a redemption story. You're not going to redeem yourself just sitting here and doing the same shit. You know, same thing with Nick. He's falling apart. He's all disheveled. I mean, he doesn't shower. His fingernails are like Howard Hughes at the end of his life. It's brutal. I've broken the guy's brain. I don't feel great about that. Guy's got kids that depend on him. I mean, get your shit together. It's probably time for a break, you know? I agree with all the people who say, like, Aaron's not worth this much of your time and attention, but, like, not going to convince him of that. Says, your charcuterie fridge made an appearance on stage. What stories could that tell after plowing? You needed hydration after. No comment. I'm just saying that if I were to abandon my family to go to Vegas for 24 hours, I wouldn't sit next to my cuck fridge. Jesus Christ. That was kind of the first inkling I got where I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to be fine here. This seems like a cavalcade of incompetence. We have a, hold on. We have a surprise call coming in. This is a surprise. This is amazing. Yes, go ahead, caller.
Well, hello there, Aaron and Hope. Nice breasts, and how dare you say that about your children?
Well, you know, I don't know if you know this or not, but about a year and a half ago, I was going through a phase I called being a total piece of shit.
I'm just teasing. Good taking responsibility for a shitty text. A shitty text that has zero context, by the way.
Well, not only that, but
they
also
got you.
Yeah, not only that, but also, like I said, I've renounced everything for the last year and a half. I've come clean about everything, apologized, talked about what a shitty dad and husband and everything I was.
Of course.
So I don't really understand how any of those texts really mean anything today. But I you know what it is? You look at how
really don't.
You look at how unwashed and gross and like clearly huffing and all that shit he is, and it's like. You know, it's just a desperate guy at the end of his rope, and who knows what he'll do next, you know?
It is quite sad. And you don't look that bad in your news.
I didn't think so either, especially compared to the people showing them.
So exactly. You mean a crowd of morbidly obese people there to see a morbidly obese man look at another man without his shirt on? Yeah, wow.
and the one with my shirt off, it was a message to the group because I had a fight coming up in February that ended up getting canceled that year. And I said, and the text that I sent was like, shit, I still got 10 pounds before I'm at 215. I'm like, I got some work to do here. And so that
you should report them for revenge porn. Honestly.
Oh, I'm a victim and he hurt me.
We're just teasing. You really don't look that bad in any of those. And yes, but I digress. I just wanted to ask you a quick question. Do you find it odd that, I don't know if you just saw, maybe I'm reading into things here. Alyssa Cliff, love the gal, posted a clip of Rekieta talking about today about how the traffic stop thing, right?
Yeah, about how the new boyfriend gave him the finger. Yeah.
But in the Discord thing that you showed today, Moody, the most autistic, attention to detailed man on earth, said that Nick said that he didn't see her, only saw her in January at a traffic stop, right? And it was with her new boyfriend, but also got the notion that the new boyfriend, but hasn't spoken to her otherwise, right?
Sure.
And then Nick, when I guess he was talking about it today, he says, I haven't seen her since March at a traffic stop where the boyfriend flips me off. I don't know.
March would make more sense.
Right, but call me nuts, but if you tell one person, you may get January and February mixed up. I wouldn't get January and March mixed up. Or that's like kind of a long timeline. And also, are they just adding in this boyfriend thing, or is this like I might be nuts.
You're thinking it's a cover for Nick still seeing April.
I'm wondering if it is.
Ooh. Like, well, okay. if it is, that's next level psychotic to invent somebody and then invent them giving you the finger.
Right. And how long do you have at a traffic stop to realize who it is, what it is? The boyfriend flips you off, and then he also told Moody that how does he know? In that message it says this. Look, I have it pulled up. Maybe I'm nuts, but I just thought I'd give you my 2 cents here. It says the last time I came close to January, where started a traffic light and her boyfriend flipped him off. Seems like the boyfriend is protective and isn't cool with them interacting. Why would he even know that if he hadn't even spoken?
Well, now my theory was that we know April, and we know how April is when she has a new person. She has to slam the X really hard and say horrible, terrible things about them. So that could explain.
So
the
is
finger.
Moody just right? Sure, if it actually happened, but is Moody just assuming that, or is that something Nick said? Because he wouldn't be able to know that unless he had been talking to April. Also, the January and the March thing is it's like sending me. I'm going like, what?
Huh.
How
well,
do you
I mean, I understand
months?
why you would think that. I mean, Nick lies as easily as he breathes, but here's the other thing. He's not very smart, and this seems like a multi-level deal.
I don't know. If April is with a new man and not seeing that stupid idiot, I am so happy.
Yeah, it's good for her.
That is fantastic. I hope and I'm willing to believe that she is, and I hope that dude did flip him off at a traffic stop.
Yeah.
But I find it very confusing that Moody, the most autistic or detail-oriented man on earth, says January and had all these details as well, and then Nick today says March.
Well, I have a feeling whoever MN Public Records is will be keeping an eye on things.
I would think so as well.
Yeah.
I am praying I am wrong, but and if that's the case, then fine. Or could it just be like, hey, we'll put this out there now so that Kayla doesn't know that we're still boning.
I can't comment on any of that.
I don't know who that is either. Yeah, no, exactly. But just a quandary. That's
all right.
all.
Well,
Just
thank you for the call.
Thank
you for the call, Keanu, and thank you for the theory.
TTYL.
All right. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting for people to gossip about. It's interesting for people to theorize about. I think it's good for entertainment, but I think outside of that, and it sets Nick off, which is funny to a lot of people. Ultimately, people will craft their theories. We'll see if they're right or wrong.